This is the 3rd Street grade crossing, located on the UP Clinton sub in Moor, Iowa. Here we have 2 newer Safetran signals, each with LED lights and 1 E Bell. This is an overview looking north. Get a look here at the southern signal. Got 12 by 24 inch 2nd gen WCH LEDs and Safetran frames. Got a single-sided Safetran base. The foundation is older. Side view lights with a Safetran junction box. We got a gate mechanism from Invensys rail. Back view of the lights. Here's the DOT information. That number is 190377X. The gate has the newer striping with 4-inch RECO or NEG LEDs. I can't read that on the screen. I think that's NEG. Oh no, never mind. I think that's RECO. I'll see you in the final video. Here's a back view of the southern signal. You can see how far away from the road it is. I wonder if this road used to be wider through here. I'm not sure. Grade is all concrete. Move over here. There's the relay bungalows in the northwest quadrant. The front one is for the crossing, and the back one is for the wayside signals. Track view facing west towards DeWitt, Calamus, and Cedar Rapids. And track view facing east into Clinton, Iowa. So these signals were installed in the early to mid 2010s. They replaced older WCH signals that were installed by the Chicago Northwestern. They had the older cast iron counterweights. And this crossing of note does still have an older C&W bungalow, and I just noticed that there are white markings all around the crossing. I'm not sure if that's indicating a signal replacement or what, but they lead up to there. That's where the circuit starts for the crossing right there, apparently. So I don't know if they're like marking where the current wires are, or if they're marking for potentially new wiring to be put into place for a future replacement. The fact that this still has an older C&W era bungalow almost would indicate that. Then you notice there's an orange marker over here, which is, again, very curious. Why would they got white markings and the orange ones? It almost looks like the white ones are for what's currently here, because that leads right up to the signal there. But then what's the orange one for? Oh, and actually, what is that? Is that what I think that is? Yeah, that's a new PTC tower, I think. It sure looks like one. So yeah, I think they might be starting the replacement process here very shortly. I'm not sure if they're going to replace the wayside signals or not. I bet they're going to replace that one. I think UP is trying to get rid of those short ones, at least very gradually. So yeah, I think this crossing is on the list for replacement here relatively soon. Again, it still has an older C&W era bungalow, and UP's been replacing pretty much all of those on the Clinton and Geneva subs. There's only 6 left on the Clinton sub between here and Cedar Rapids, or between Clinton and Cedar Rapids. This one here, you got 44th Street down there, you got 7th Street, and I believe 9th Street in Clinton, and then 210th and 250th out in Grand Mound, and both of those are getting replaced here very shortly too. So I think this one's going to be falling not shortly after, which again we'll see the replacement of newer Safetran signals, which is always crazy. Anyways, here's an overview facing south now. You look here at the northern signal. Once again, we got 2nd gen WCH LEDs and Safetran frames. And this has an NEG E Bell, the only bell at this crossing. Got another single-sided Safetran base, and again on an old foundation. It's weird to see that these didn't replace EM signals and in fact replaced older C&W signals, although I've seen a lot more of these out in Iowa. But most of them already have newer 2000s era PT&W bungalows, unlike this one. Side view of the lights with a Safetran junction box and another Invensys rail gate mechanism. Back view of the lights. This also has the newer striping with, I believe, 4-inch RECO LEDs. Get a close up on this one too, just to make sure. I'll be able to tell in the final video what that is. Can't really tell on the little screen on the camera here. Looks like a red signal popped up down there. Might have a westbound coming soon. Although that signal's still off. And here's a back view of the northern signal. So this will be another one to keep an eye on here pretty soon, in case UP does decide to do signal replacement here. I think it's kind of inevitable at this point with the amount they've been doing over on the Geneva sub. They finished 2 crossings within the last couple of weeks, Quarry Road and Woodland Shores. So work is steadily moving along, and I'm sure it won't be more than a couple of years for this crossing. So this has been the 3rd Street grade crossing.